good evening, and welcome to a special edition of the Mark Moses Show podcast. As we're always broadcasting from the Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Take back control of your life. Call them today. This is key. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. It's Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Now I'm grabbing this fine gentleman because he was there in Augusta over the last couple of days. He drove back late last night. He is my good friend Todd Wright. We're doing TV coverage as well here in Central Florida. I got to grab him. Todd, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good.
You got that hat on. Did you get that at Augusta? What happened?
Yeah, I was with someone who wanted to go in the gift shop, and I said, whatever you do, don't let me out of your sight. And she left me out of her sight, and I ended up with nearly $300 worth of merch, and it could have been a lot worse. But these were very unique hats, I think, for the first time this year. There was one that said azalea. There was one that said pimento. There was one that said egg salad. There was one that said skip it. But one of the first hats I saw on the ground, I said, that's different. I like that. And I needed a new Green Masters hat, was the Amen Corner hat. So that's the one I bought. How does it look?
It looks great. I will take the egg salad one next time. If you can get that for me, I appreciate it.
It's a yellow hat. It's a yellow hat. Is that okay?
Yeah. All right. Before we get to your adventure, let's just start with the obvious. Rory gets it done. Back-to-back champ, I think for the first time at Augusta since Tiger over 20 years ago. What were your thoughts on how he played for 4 straight days?
Well, the takeaway is, speaking of Tiger, how often did he tell us when he won, whether it was a major or a World Golf Championship event or the Players or something else, and he didn't have his best stuff? Can we agree Rory didn't have his best stuff? I mean, the first 3 days, Mark, on the par 5s, he hit one fairway. Last year when he won the Masters, he drove the ball incredibly. He didn't do that this week. It got a little better on Sunday after he fell off the lead and he started pushing back forward. But he clearly didn't have his best stuff. And when your best stuff, when you don't have your best stuff and you grind and it's still better than everybody else on a golf course as tough as this, that was firm and fast, no rain all week at Augusta National, which was good for those of us who actually went, it says something for Rory's game. I don't think he would have won this week had he not won previously. You know, once you win that one, it takes a little bit of the edge off. And maybe it was even a little bit more of a push on Rory on the back 9 to regain that lead and get back out in front. Because, Mark, I think it's hilarious. 4 of the last 5 Masters have been won by either Rory or Scottie Scheffler. At this Masters, Rory was 12 under on Thursday and Friday. Scottie was 11 under on Saturday and Sunday, and that was the margin of victory. 12 for Rory the first 2 days, 11 for Scottie on the second 2 days. Scottie was that close, even though it was even par, 12 back of Rory after 36 holes.
You bring up Scottie Scheffler. He got within 2. And then was it on 16? It was 15, 16, or 17 where he missed the birdie. It was this close. Is that it? Is that winning and losing right there? How close it is at the Masters?
It can be. Sure, it can be. I mean, we could talk about Cam Young. I know not a lot of people are invested in Cam Young, but he's become a very confident player. He would have become the 3rd straight player to win Players and then Masters a month later, following Scottie and Rory, who did it the last 2 years. Cam Young couldn't make anything. Scottie did start making putts. The problem with Scottie hasn't been his putter as much in the last couple of months because he won out in California. It's been the overall ball striking. That came back, and then the putter followed, which is why Scottie jumped up the leaderboard on Saturday and then jumped up even higher on Sunday. But yeah, just couldn't make 1 or 2 more putts to put pressure on Rory, where Rory wasn't playing basically for bogey the last 2 holes. Although there was something about Rory missing that green on 17. He chipped in on Friday for a birdie. He chipped right up, nearly made it on Sunday. Rory didn't need green in regulation at 17. He was able to miss that green consistently and either just dunk it or get up and down.
You made a comment to me before we came on that it might be Scotty Scheffler and Rory for the next couple of years. Is that good for the sport if you have these like titans like that going at each other?
I think so, unless a group of people, Mark, don't like these guys. Okay. So I think enough people like Rory and enough people like Scotty, probably more the mainstream fan likes Rory. He's been around longer. The hardcore golf fan knows Scotty is good. So if they do a Tiger Phil thing here for a while in majors and then some, I think the PGA Tour will be thrilled that we get these two guys in going back and forth, whether it's the Masters, PGA Championship, United States Open, Open Championship, Players, etc. There are plenty of challengers. I'm not saying it's just these two guys, but if it is, Mark, I think the PGA Tour is in a pretty good spot going forward because people like both players and both players have a lot going for them.
So that's 6 for Rory. You love golf. Where does that place him now?
Well, I'll just bounce it off you. I already looked it up. So he's 12th all time with 6. 12th. So there are 11 with 7 or more going up to Jack with 18. The guys he's tied with now, Trevino, Faldo, Phil, but Rory's the only one with the Grand Slam. So Rory kind of is the head of the group of 6, if we can use that college football term, if you want. That he has the 6 majors now, but he's the only one with 6 with the Grand Slam. You know, Mark, and I've gone to Augusta National enough. I've been to some U.S. Open, some PGA Championships as well. It's amazing to me, once you play well at Augusta National, as long as your body holds up, as long as your mind is clear, you can continue to play the golf course well. So that's why I don't expect Rory and Scotty's games to suddenly drop off and open the door for other people, because it's the only major played at the same golf course. They put a lot of the hole locations in the same places year to year. They prepare the course the same way. The only difference is, did it rain or did it not rain? And Rory has won it under both sets of circumstances. And I think Scotty's 2 majors are under both sets of circumstances.
I feel like Rory can keep winning. I don't think he's set at 6. I think what he's done over the last 2 years, he can get better than those other guys you put at 6 on the list. I think he can get to 7, 8, 9. Do you feel that way?
You know, Mark, not dismissing your opinion,
okay,
but it gets me, and I used to work for PGA Tour Entertainment, and there would be like a real random player who wins a major, and the whole panel is saying, oh, I think he can win more than one. And I'm the one sitting there saying, yeah, this guy, Jimmy Walker's not going to win another. Michael Campbell's not going to win another. Rich Beam's not going to win another. But you're not supposed to say it. But we're talking about Rory. We're talking about Scotty, right? Something drastic would have to happen for them to stop competing to win majors. So sure, I buy that. Now, I don't know. I mean, there were a lot of big names on that leaderboard. If Cameron Young wins, then I think, yeah, I think he might win another major this year. But you know, I mentioned some of those random names the last 20 years that I had to deal with. Oh, this is just the beginning. And I was like, no, this is about as good as it's going to get for names like that. And Ben Curtis was one of them too. We don't take the major away. But yeah, if you're going to talk about someone winning a major and say, I think they can win more, talk about Rory and Scotty, right? Those are 2 guys to talk about.
It's a great point. Okay, before I let you go, and I appreciate coming on short notice. When you're there, do you feel it? Like, okay, this is a big shot. There is tension in the air. There is pressure on these golfers to perform. Can you feel it there?
Depends on when you go. That's why some people like the practice rounds, because there isn't that tension. It's different. It's still as pretty. The rules still apply. You're still a patron. You can't run. You can't lay down. You can't heckle. You can't boo, but you got to behave. But there isn't that tension. Sure, once you get into the competitive rounds, Thursday, Friday, moving day, Sunday, yeah, you feel it. Then you start hearing the roars. The only roars you hear in the practice rounds are over on 16 when the guys all skip a ball. After hitting a normal practice shot, they skip one because Rahm had the ace skipping a ball a few years ago, and that was the biggest roar in the history of a practice round. So, yeah, you do feel it. And, Mark, I just say, and I've been very fortunate to go to a lot of big-time sporting events. There's nothing like this. There isn't. It's land that time forgot. It's pretty. It's quiet. You can't take your phone out there. You have to behave or they're going to throw you out. No concession item that isn't an alcoholic beverage is more than $3. It's amazing.
Like that.
Yeah. First time through the concession line, me and the woman who was taking professional photographs of me on the course. I grab a couple items. She grabs 4 or 5 items, Mark. She's like, I'll take care of this. I'm like, well, I'm going to owe her later. It was $11.89 was the total bill. We had at least 7 items, if not more. So, yeah, and you just run into people, Mark, and you just say, hi, how are you? Where are you from? Mm-hmm. It is so unique. I have stopped going to a lot of sporting events because there are too many people, unfortunately, that go to sporting events and they're looking for trouble. You're not going to find that at Augusta National. And the weather was great. And, Mark, it's free parking. I probably should have led with that. You car for free to go to a sporting event. You have to pay so much to just park your car at Disney, Universal, or down in Tampa at Busch Gardens. No, the Masters just waves you in. Park your car for free. Take the tunnel across Berkman's Road, and enjoy the tournament.
Everything you said, I think Coachella Music Festival is the exact opposite. Everything, what's going on? Everything you said. Parking's not free. I bet you a slice of pizza is $55. Yeah, and everyone's fighting. Yeah, I like this. I do. Okay, I'll end with this then. How big is Rory in person? Because he's not a big guy, is he?
No, but I mean, we've had golfers who were smaller in stature. I mean, we were talking about this earlier this week, even though Tiger had absolutely no presence in this Masters, and for good reason. It just shows that the Masters will still be the Masters when Tiger is not involved. Just like the Masters was the Masters once Jack Nicklaus was no longer playing competitive rounds. I walked with Jack his last competitive round, 2005. Ironically, they messed up. They started him on 10 and he finished on 9, and it was across 2 days because of a rain delay. Don't do that to the Golden Bear. But I lost my train of thought a little bit.
You're okay, man. Look, I was saying, how big is Roy? It's okay. It's been a long couple days for you. Right. I said
Tiger changed the way golfers look and dress. He did. But there are still guys who are not big in stature. And as a golfer, Mark, I always say it's not how hard you swing. It's the contact you make. It's the ball speed. It's letting the equipment do the job for you. I'm not a big guy either. And occasionally I'll pull off a 4-iron shot of 185 yards to a tabletop green to 10 feet. Can I do it consistently? No. But when I do it, I'm like, wow, that's the way golf works, because it's physics. So you don't need to be the biggest guy in the world to be successful in golf. You need flexibility, and obviously a lot of patience helps. And a lot of this, a lot of the mental game is a big deal, which is why I think guys like Rory and Scotty can continue to win the Masters, because they've already done it. They know how to play the course. That's why they're going to continue to be successful. They know how to handle the mental part of it.
Todd Wright, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. I know you're exhausted. You had too much fun eating those egg sandwiches for $3.
I didn't have any of those this trip. I didn't have any salad.
None. Okay.
I don't eat a lot of sweets, but at the Masters,
Mm.
that's where I eat sweets. They had a new candy bar this year. It was called literally the Masters Candy Bar, $2.25. Think of an elevated Twix, but just one bar.
Whoa.
That was one of my highlights of the week. Or I haven't eaten this yet. People love these. I brought this home. I might eat it today, maybe tomorrow. But they love this and the peach ice cream sandwich. I'm serious. And again, none of this stuff is more than $3.
This guy's a spokesman for the food industry at Augusta, which I love. Todd, my man, thanks for your help, and I hope I can get you on again sometime, all right?
Of course, Mark, anytime.